all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on. But niggas really wanna kill you if your money long. Talking dope prices on the television.
On the corner, I'm dropping jewels of this knowledge, trying to switch some things around, cause the youngsters be out here wild. No, what really make me mad and upset is the parents side. Like the only time that they can speak up when their kid die. They don't want us multiplying, we supposed to see the signs. Gotta learn from our mistakes in the past, decency's fine. Really wanna make a change, but really live still on the side. Trying to shake the devil off, but now another one to die.
With all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on. Niggas really wanna kill you if your money
Walk with me low, tell me when to go, tell me when you're ready, tell me who you know. Okay.
Way too many things I don't understand. I can't go the same way, not a chance. Gotta stand on business, I can't stand on sand. Gotta let it go, put it in God's hands.
Okay, it's in God's hands. Okay, it's in God's hands. Okay, it's in God's hands. Okay.
They wanted versatility, so I had to switch it up a little bit.
Indeed, indeed. You in tune to the Focuz TV1 network. Focuz, the magazine live with your man, Stefan the Creator Taylor. excuse me there, powered by Focus.media, sponsored by Healthy Lifestyle Fitness, Get Fit the Right Way, Mind, Body, and Soul. Also sponsored by Amplified. Amplified, the new series on YouTube on the Focus TV1 network, showcasing local artists, basically artists worldwide. Get your shine on Spotify. Most definitely in the building. He has a dynamic blend of hip hop and R&B and pop. Often incorporates smooth melodies within hard-hitting beats, creating a versatile sound that appeals to a worldwide audience. His lyrics his lyrics reflect his personal experiences and social issues, adding to the depth of his tracks. In the building, my man's Global Don. Why don't you say what's up to the people?
Hey, how's it going, world? It's a pleasure to be here. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in, and appreciate you, Teflon, for having me on, brother, man.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Appreciate you stepping into the building. Had a little fumbles. I was the commercial time kind of caught me. I was drinking some water, so I was trying to get that digested as I was trying to do the introduction and everything. So everybody, kind of bear with me, but we most definitely got it together now. The water's gone, and uh, we're back in the groove. Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. Like I say, it was a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have Global Don out of Singing Hill, Oak Cliff / Dallas, Texas, in the building. Most definitely, most definitely. So let's get on into it. Growing up in Dallas, Texas, you spoke of being adopted at an early age. How was it growing up in Dallas, Texas, and being adopted in a big city?
Oh man, great question, brother, man. Growing up in Dallas was great, man. Again, like you said, I was adopted. My mom's is from New Orleans, and my dad is from Baton Rouge, right? And when they had us, I got a brother, a real brother, and a real sister. I have an older brother. I mean, older sister. She's like a year older than me, and I have a younger brother. He's like a year younger than me. Um, but they moved up here to Dallas for a better life when I was like some months, years old. She was still pregnant with my brother as well, man. Uh, anyway, they moved up here. My mom had postpartum depression when she moved up here, brother. So what happened was she had a accident where she ended up throwing some hot grease on me as a baby, uh, and my dad was gone. When my dad came back in, he seen everything, called the police, everything. So that threw us into the foster system. And luckily, all three of us was adopted by great families. And all around each other as well. Now, my sister reached out. She always knew she had brothers out there, so she was one day going through her mother's things, found my mom's and my brother's documentation, um, took it to her mom's and them, and said, I want to meet my brothers. I'm old enough and I know now. So they reached out to my mom and my brother as well. And I grew up in Oak Cliff, to a family in Oak Cliff. My brother grew up to a family in Lancaster, and my sister was adopted to a family in Pleasant Grove. So, and then we all met each other as well. So it's a bit challenging because being adopted, it does come with different things. Now, RIP to my pops that adopted me, AC Smith, and my mother, Rudell, she's still living. What's up, Ma? But that's something courageous to do. And again, being from a different family, you have to get uh, orientated with everybody. But our situations were so blessed for. We was raised as and adopted is like months and years old. So our family is like our family, though. You know what I mean? So And I do know my real moms as well. She's still in New Orleans, and my real dad passed away. So one day I want to go and meet all my family members that's in New Orleans and Baton Rouge that I haven't met yet, man. So
Okay.
being adopted, brother, to answer your question, it is great. It comes with its challenges. You just have to have the right mind state for it, you know.
So when did you actually realize that you were adopted, or did someone break it down and explain it to you?
Man, to be honest, I kind of like knew it, brother, because when my mom who adopted me, she couldn't have kids, right? So uh, she adopted my her sister's daughter, um, and then she adopted my brother Chuck, my brother Roy, my sister Harriet, and then me. So it's like you can just tell, you know, growing up with your brother, we all with each other, but and we all look different. You know what I'm saying? But I, I don't know if my mom, I can't remember if she had talk with us about it. Or I think I just innately knew it. You know?
Indeed, indeed. It just kind of came natural. You just kind of felt that something was right, but something wasn't right.
Right. Real spill, brother. And then um, my sister Harriet, she has a disability, you know, and we all there to help her as well. But the whole thing is, with that, we got a bond that's so tight. You can't tell me for nothing them ain't my brothers and sisters, my real brothers and sisters, you know, and my real family. So it gets like that. We have our quarrels and everything, but nothing is perfect. But we got like a makeshift family. You know what I'm saying? Nobody in our family knew their real family, you know? So it was all like that, and we just all like grew together, man.
Most definitely, most definitely. Live in the building, Global Don breaking the silence on the Focus TV1 network. So, how were your school days? Growing up in a big city, and being adopted. When did the tables turn for Global Don?
Man, I tell you what, that's another great question, bro. Well, life kind of changed, bro, for me. Um, I'd say when I got my first job, bro. When I turned 16, because my mama, she wasn't playing that, man. In our household, brother, when you turn 16, you know, most kids have a sweet 16 or a 16 birthday or something like that. In the Smith household was a little bit different. When you turn 16, you threw on your nice linen, you throw on your dress shoes, you know, your dress shirt and your slacks, and you jump in the car with my mama and you finna go look for a job. You know what I'm saying? At 16. So I didn't have like and I think that was a great turning point then. The first place I went to, I got the job. You know, that was KFC right across the street from Redbird Mall. You know what I mean? So I think that changed. And then when I got my job, the car, and then I was selling weed as well. All this at 16 years old. I think the introduction of all that was a turning point to a lot. But the major turning point was when I kept getting kicked out of school, out of South Oak Cliff. Um, they sent me to different alternative schools. Um, and I kept getting kicked out of those, bro. I think the turning point was when Mr. Blair over at Dallas Canyon, and salute to Mr. Blair wherever you are, brother. Again, you this was the changing point in my life right here that changed everything. I got kicked out of the high school program. They were supposed to kick me out of the GD program. He said, "You're gonna give me one more chance, brother." I took that chance, um, in college level on the test. After that, bro, I went downtown a week later to take the GED test, brother. And by that week, 17 years old in February, I'm done with school, brother. Now, at that time, you know, again, a lot of this is in my mom and my dad. They really didn't play with us. You see what I'm saying? Growing up, you wasn't doing what you wanted to do. If you did, you know, here you come, you know. But they made sure that I got together, bro. You know, my mom wasn't playing, bro. So she took me down there. By that time, though, I'm 17 and I'm done with school. You know, so the Army was right after that.
Yeah, I don't want you to talk about that just yet. We're gonna ask you some more questions about it. That's a good one. I like that right there. And we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out a little bit more information. We're gonna stop you right there. We're gonna ask a few more other questions, but we're gonna go into that, the military and the age, and also if you all are looking for more in depth on Global Dawn, y'all can go to www.focuz.media.com to the website, and you'll see the full article of what he's kind of talking about now, and some more stuff. Is really going to break down his story. Make sure you go check that out. It has a fabulous story, most definitely. So when did you start looking at becoming a music artist, and at what age, and why did you look that way?
Man, I tell you what, I've been into music. Again, I started music in the church choir, you know what I'm saying, as a youth. So my love for music started then. And then when I come home, and then just at home on the radio, I used to sit and write the words to all the songs that was on the radio for. I wanted to be able to say them. You see what I'm saying? I love the music. I like the music. I'm jamming. I want to be able to voice right along with them. So that started me in the music then when I was around 10 or 12 with the choir. But hip hop and music, I started taking it serious when I got to Korea. Was it Korea? Well, Alabama, but I started doing other things in Korea. But Alabama was my first duty station when I was in the military. I was 17. I bought my first MPC. I was just reading through a magazine, brother, and I heard and I read that Dr. Dre produced his beats on the MPC, right? I don't know anything about a drum machine or anything, brother. I just know Dr. Dre had it, and that's my idol, brother. I bought that MPC 2000 SC Special Edition joint, brother. With all the colors on it, with the yellow faders, man. I got that joint, learned the how to maneuver and work it. I read the whole manual, brother. After that, man, I started piecing things together, and before you knew it, brother, in a week or two, everybody flooding my barracks room, rapping and freestyling, brother. So I say it was around that time. I always loved music. I always been into music in the church choir. But I say around 17, 18, when I got that MPC, man. And after that, I started getting, the pieces together with that. The Mac computer, the Digi 002 or the M-Box for the Pro Tools. And then I chose the Triton keyboard to produce with. And I started producing from there, brother.
Most definitely. That's it right there. Like I say, you most definitely digging in, and you're going right with the article. If y'all want to get more in depth on the conversation, make sure you go check it out at www.focuz.media.com. That's www.focuz.media.com. The Global Dawn, breaking the silence on the Focuz TV 1 network. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
With all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on. But niggas really wanna kill you if your money long.
mind dropping jewels of this knowledge, trying to switch some things around, cause the youngsters be out here wild. Know what really make me mad and upset is the parents side. Like the only time that they can speak up when their kid die. They don't want us multiplying, we supposed to see the signs. Gotta learn from our mistakes in the past, these shits is fine. Really wanna make a change, but really live still on the side. Trying to shake the devil up, but now another one to die.
With all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on. Niggas really wanna kill you if your money.
Yeah. Purpose. See, everybody got a purpose. You just gotta find your purpose. See, everybody got a purpose. You just gotta find your purpose. See, everybody got a purpose. You just gotta find your purpose. See, everybody got a purpose. You just gotta find your purpose. Yeah, that's the meaning of life. You just gotta let it flow and find out what direction to go. Purpose. See, everybody got a purpose. You just gotta find your purpose. See, everybody got a purpose. You just gotta find your purpose. See, everybody got a purpose. You just gotta find your purpose. See, everybody got a purpose. You just gotta find your purpose. That's right, Purpose the Talk Show. The talk show with a purpose. Only on the Focuz TV Network. That's right.
I put the pedal to the metal, gas no brakes. Reaching for the top, ain't never been this great. So I'ma keep on doing what I do every day, cause I ain't got no more time to play around with you fakes. I'ma keep on doing whatever it's gon' take.
Yeah. They wanted versatility, so I had to switch it up a little bit.
Indeed, indeed. You in tune to the Focuz TV One Network. Focuz the magazine live with your man's Teflon the Creator Taylor. Live in the building. My man's Global Don. So tell us who is Global Don?
Oh man. Global Don is a very passionate man that's really about his family, stand on family, really a committed person to what they're doing, really someone that's trying to take their family brother from the have-nots, from the bottom to the top with generational wealth. Global Don is a person that would like to see change. Change in a major way, you know, so whatever I can do to help and to make that change, I'm here for. Again, my family is put together, like I explained, and comprised together a certain way. Again, was talking to one of my friends the other day about breaking the cycle. Global Dawn is the person that's going to break the cycle and trying to break the cycle for not only his family, but his friends and his circle of people that he worked with as well. So Global Dawn is a person that sees the bigger picture. Um, and at the end of the day, want to see everybody succeed that's doing right. And again, I figure my part in this whole thing is to interject powerful energy, positive energy, you know. So in a nutshell, that's Global Dawn, a person um, that's committed, very loyal, and a trustworthy person to come to get the job done. Again, I'm one of those people. When they go left, I go right. When they go right, I go left. When they go up, I go down. When they go down, I go up. You know, so I'm a leader, bro. I'm a leader.
Most definitely, most definitely. Global Dawn on the Focus TV One network, breaking the silence. So, what does the words being larger than life mean to you?
Being larger than life. Hmm. Powerful question. Larger than life. Someone such as like Tupac, doing a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like different categories and leagues. Um, in charge, they don't even put Tupac in the realm of being a hip hop artist, right? Um, because he transcended out of that, right? Being larger than life, a bigger is bigger than just the music. The music has a message. So that's what I'm building myself and my team around that premises, just like Tupac made himself. Again, larger than life. When growing up listening to Tupac and being an avid fan of music and hip hop, we loved our Snoop Dogs. We loved the DMXs. We loved the Nas. We loved the Biggies. We loved the Ghost Faces. We loved those guys. But there was one individual that was larger and bigger than life because of the message. And that's who I anybody that tell you they grew up with me. And then when you start bringing the cameras around to the neighborhood, these people will tell you, man, this guy was he was influenced by Tupac. And if we speak of bigger than life, that's one person I can name off the bat that was bigger than life. I learned from his wrongs and rights. This is the thing about Tupac. He wasn't perfect. He made a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean? But those mistakes or or breadcrumbs for us to pick up behind him and say, you know what, Pac did that. That was a lesson to learn that I'm not gonna do that. Or this was a thing that he did right. I'm gonna attach to that. You know what I mean? So being larger than life, brother, just trying to make yourself again. Um, when you have to come from the bottom for the top, to the top, you have to become or make yourself larger than life with the help of the man upstairs, you know?
Most definitely, most definitely. It's a great answer. Great answer. Most definitely a great answer. Deep question. It's a deep question. Something that you really
Right.
have
Right.
to think about. And I mean, you hit it right on the head. Most definitely, that was an epic answer. Most definitely. Hopefully, they make that's the snippet out of that one because that was a good one. So let's go back. Let's kind of go back and kind of move forward. Back and forward because we're gonna go back to what you were talking about, but we're moving forward and within the questions. So joining the army at an early age, stationed in Alabama. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. My first duty station was Alabama,
Okay.
for Fort
Stationed
Rucker, Alabama.
stationed in Alabama. After going through everything that you kind of went through, uh, take us on that journey of you getting enlisted into the army, especially with you being such a young age, actually not being of age. Take us on that journey right there and tell us a little bit about that.
Right, bro. It was me going to the army, to the military. It was surprising to everybody, because at this time I have an older brother. He's a year older than me. He's in the army already, and then my older sister that I speak of, my blood sister, she was in the army already. And they used to call me from the military. Oh man, you should join, brother, when you get out of school, man. I used to tell them, man, nah, I ain't going to the military, man. I don't know what my head was on. Uh, but like I said, I end up finishing school so early. So now I'm at home and it's February. You know what I mean? And I'm finished school. So it's like, what am I going to do? And my parents, like I was alluding to, they're not the type of people that you want to just sit at their house. You're going to do something. You're going to get you a job. And the expectations, when you not, now again, we can talk further on that, but the expectations growing up then was you not being at home, you finna get out of there. You know what I mean? And then I already had that innately in my head because I have uh, grandparent, grand children after me that my mom have that she have to raise up after them. So it was pretty fast, bro. I went to the recruiting station, man. They said I'm not old enough to sign myself in. So my mom's the recruiter had to come to the house. Now just think, my mom don't know anything about me going to the military. Just one day the doorbell ring and it was the recruiter and she answered it. And she like, Corey, she crying and everything. She not knowing because I didn't tell my family anything. I just signed up, brother. And before you knew it, she signed me up. I was too young to sign myself in. And before you knew it, 2 weeks later, I'm headed to Alabama. The process, again, that's why I tell the kids education is important because you're going to have that to get out of school. You're going to have that paper, and then to get into the military, you're going to have some form of documentation that you finished school. And then you got to take the ASVAB test to get in. So again, education is very important. And I stuck in there doing that process. And before you knew it, brother, 2 weeks later, brother, I was active duty, going to my first duty station, basic training, which was in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, man. So the transition, it happened just like that, Teflon. In 2 weeks, brother, I went from graduating to join the military active duty and basic training in 2 weeks.
Just like that. Most definitely.
Just
I'm
like that.
very, very familiar with Fort Seals. Most definitely. Invite you in the military. You're doing your thing. Went through training. So now you vibing. You done got comfortable. Um, invited to perform. For the soldiers by the USO, and explain what the USO is to the people that don't know what the USO is. But how was that feeling, and how did you feel when you got that invite to go in front of the soldiers, and do your thing?
Oh man, I felt on top of the world. What you say, larger than life, even at that moment, brother. Because the USO, just to break that down, the USO is a corporation or a department of the government, where they're for morale, right? They set up a lot of the shows, the concerts for the soldiers overseas, soldiers. That's abroad all over the world. These are soldiers that's enlisted into the military that are performing, going across with the celebrities and performing in front of the soldiers, whether it be a war zone, whether it be a basic training ceremony, graduation. So that's what the USO is for. And brother, I tell you what, that was one of the greatest feelings in the world to be selected and picked for that. Because when I'm in the military, I'm making a big name for myself as a musician and being a hip hop artist within the military. So for my application to go through and everything, bro, I was super elated. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity to do that, bro, and I'm very grateful for all the soldiers. So salute all my soldiers around the world. Salute everybody in the USO for sure, brother. But that was an amazing opportunity.
Indeed, most definitely. I know it was, because I mean that's versatility. I mean, performing into a very diverse, performing to a very diverse crowd. I mean, that was epic. I mean, and it being soldiers, and you know how they get down, and you know what type of people, you know how they think. So, and to have them, cheering you on and everything else, I bet you it was like you say, it's one of a kind. It was out of this world.
Right, right.
What form of music were you doing at that time?
R&B and hip hop as well. I'm a producer as well, so I was mainly just producing, and I had artists. I may rap on a couple of songs here and there, but even then, I had artists. My bro Uno, I was working with, and a plethora more artists. And here's the trickery thing about that, and here's the great thing about that. What made it so big to touch home with the USO, because when I'm in the military, when I'm in the barracks, or when I'm staying out post, I have the studio, right? So what will happen, brother, is all of, after 5 o'clock, you off work from the military, doing non-war zone, wartime things, So when we get off, all the soldiers will come to my house. So you will have sergeants, privates to lieutenants to you name it from the post at my establishment. So and what I called it later on when I looked at it was taking over military installations. And that gave me the drive for when I got out, to my decision to get out, when my time was up. Because if I spent my whole time in the military actually taking over military installations, well, what is a military installation? Well, these are soldiers who are from all around the world, from all type of backgrounds. Well, if I have became an elite out of the elite, you see what I'm saying, bro? That just to have that with the USO, and that's, again, these are powerful questions, brother. I appreciate it. But in taking over those military installations everywhere that I went, that gave me a lot of drive to get out the military as well. So
okay, most definitely.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about that one right there. I mean, you just leading the segue. You leading. I think you can see my questions. I don't know, but So the question is, what happened for you to get honorable discharge? I think back in 2005 from the Army. What exactly happened? But don't answer that question until we're gonna take a commercial break, and then you answer that question.
With all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on. But niggas really wanna kill you if your money long. Talking dope prices on the television.
On the corner, I'm dropping jewels of this knowledge, trying to switch some things around, cause the youngsters be out here wild. No, what really make me mad and upset is the parents side. Like the only time that they can speak up when their kid die. They don't want us multiplying, we supposed to see the signs. Gotta learn from our mistakes in the past, these is fine. Really wanna make a change, but really live still on the side. Trying to shake the devil off, but now another one to die.
With all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on. Niggas really wanna kill you if your money long.
Podcast what? Much more than just your average podcast. More like a TV talk show with epic commercials, spotlighting independent and major brands. www.focus.media. That's www.focus.media. The Focus TV1 Network.
Ron Ransom Jr. and Angelo Ramirez.
Where we at?
We're going to be knocking them out, so stay tuned. We're at Brick City Boxing Academy, 4009 Ray Street, and we're going inside now. We're going to make it happen. Yeah. They wanted versatility, so I had to switch it up a little bit.
Indeed, indeed. You're in tune to the Focus TV1 Network. Focus, the magazine live with your man's Teflon the Creator Taylor, live in the building. Breaking the silence, my man, Global Don. So, what happened? Could you break it down a little bit to the people? What happened for you to get a honorable, gotta put that honorable discharge from the Army in 2005?
Righteous, brother, man. Again, had a nice time in the military, man. 6.5 years, man. Great. What led me to getting out with an honorable discharge and shooting the dice on coming out, man, was, again, like I just mentioned, man, a lot of the soldiers, a lot of the sergeants, a lot of these guys was hanging out in my studio, right? So I was cool with a lot of the ranked up soldiers on this particular post where I was at, right? Now we had Fort Detrick, Maryland. That was my last duty station. Now, one of my sergeants, he happened to be in charge of the urinalysis, right? Now, by this time, I done already came back working from both Iraq and Afghanistan in the casualty department, right? For both Iraq and Afghanistan wars. So, you know, and being a hip hop artist, it was my time to get out. But I was going to ETS. ETS is meaning you don't want to re-enlist no more. So it's about 2 months before I was supposed to get out. Now, Sergeant Dooley, who hangs out at my house all the time, he tells me, hey, man, they're going to have a urinalysis, man. He tell me and everything, man. Now, me, being, I guess, slipping at that time or tripping, even one you want to call it, it's time for the urinalysis, right? Now, I got it so laid out that Dooley, again, he's the guy that take the urinalysis. He have to walk you in the restroom and everything, right? Now, Dooley don't smoke anything. At this time, I had messed around and smoked some marijuana, right? Now, me being cocky or fist to get out the army in 2 months, the man asked me, "Hey, Don, you know I take, you know I don't smoke. I know you just smoke. I take it for you if you want me to." I'm like, "Oh man, nah, man, I appreciate it, bro. Don't worry about it, man. I'm finna put some Tide in here." I don't know what I was thinking, brother. You hear me? I went on and did it, brother. Next thing you know, man, a couple of days go by, the results come in, and I'm hot on the urinalysis. Now, being hot on the urinalysis in the military, they're supposed to chapter you out. That means they're supposed to dishonorable discharge you, right? You do your Article 15, your extra 45 and 45. You know what I mean? But brother, due to the fact that, like you said, my illustrious past that I had in the military, brother, I had so many people stand up for me, from colonels to generals to sergeants to lieutenants to captains to privates to specialists. Everybody stand up and wrote their letters for me, bro. And they overturned it. You know what I mean? So I was finished to get this honorable discharge from a stupid mistake that I made at the end of my illustrious military career. But due to the fact that I was a loyal and great guy and great service member and the work that I did, and they seen the USO, working for the USO and all of that, everyone just stood up for me, brother. So in '05, man, I decided to go on and take my chances in getting out the military. Now, knowing that I've been gone from 17 and now I'm 25 at this time, being a hip hop artist and producer, I'm a little behind. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to other artists that's here in the city and working. You see what I'm saying? And making tracks already in the city. So I say, you know, I have to get known. I can't be this big game changer. And I put it like this: if this the 4th largest city in the United States of America, and that put a good thing for me there too. If I did this all across America and overseas in these military installations and taking them over, sure, it gave me enough confidence, brother, to say, sure, I can come home and do the same thing that I did at these military installations all over the world. It may take a little bit longer. This is the 4th largest city in America, which is the #1 country on the planet. So, you know, I knew it was going to take a little time and grind, you know, because I missed all that. So I just came home and started making it happen, brother. But that's how I got out the military and got my honorable discharge. I had an illustrious career, messed up at the end, but again, I had very great, honorable and loyal people to myself to stand up for me and got my right result. You know what I mean?
Most definitely, most definitely. You know, things happen. Mistakes happen, especially when you're at a younger age, and that was a blessing for them individuals to kind of stand up and speak up for you. You know, to get that dishonorable to be read honorable. You know, it's a great thing. That's a great thing. Most definitely, you're in tune to the Focus TV1 network. Focus the magazine live. The Global Dawn live in the building, breaking the silence. Most definitely, indeed. All right, let's get to work now. Let's talk about a little bit about the music.
Okay.
What was your first album that you put out, and what was the motivation behind it?
Whew. Man, you got these questions down to a science, brother. That's a great question. My first album was called The Elite. The inspiration behind it, wow, a lot, brother. We could be talking for hours, but I'm gonna sum it up. It was my first project, and I'm just coming back from overseas, from China around 2017, 18. Now coronavirus hit, and I had to fly back from overseas around 2019. Now the inspiration was this, brother. I'm flying all around the world at this time, and I just got nice songs, and I'm doing stuff, business and musically wise overseas, right? And now when the pandemic happened, and I had to fly back from China, I said, you know what? While I'm here, I don't know how long this is gonna last. This pandemic, this lockdown. I already done caught the coronavirus twice in China before they even done brought it up in the United States, because I've been going back and forth, staying over there months at a time, 6 months, 3 months at a time. I said, you know what? Whenever this is released, I'm going to have a gang of music. So, brother, it started with one album, The Elite, and then it just kept growing from there. But I said I wanted to make sure I have products, so when the top comes back off the globe again, and we can travel in network like we usually do, I'll be ready. You know what I mean? So that was I dropped that in 2020, 2019, something where along those lines.
Okay. Most definitely, indeed. That first album, it has most definitely has some history to it, has a story with it. Most definitely it was one of them things where you finna get in the mix, and you know where you been, and you know where you are now. So in between the military and the civilians out here in the world, doing that show with the military compared to doing a show out here in the world, what's the difference?
I'll say the difference is I say the difference is just being in the organization or under that umbrella of the government, and then bringing out here in the free world. It's a lot of politics, bro, in the free world, civilian world out here. Now, in the military, everything was, here's a set time. You're going to come on here, this, you're going to showtime is this, 8:15. You're going to be done at 8:45. Here is a little different because it comes with the politics out here in the civilian world. That's the major thing, because the politics is investments. It's kind of different out here, because you may be a great artist out here, and you may be thinking that everyone is looking at your talent is great. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword out here in the civilian world, because people have investments. Yeah, you're a great talent, but you were before this guy who done invested $80,000 into artist named Shotgun. Now this artist named Shotgun is just blowing through this guy money. You see what I'm saying? And losing money. Again, it gets trickery right there. Yeah, I mean, but again, just staying focused, like you said, on it with the music, bro. Definitely keep me grounded on that.
Most definitely. So at that moment, at this time, you're pretty much an established music artist, in and out of the Army. What was making Global Don different at that time, and what makes you different at the present moment?
And man, I would definitely say, brother, joining the military at such a young age, being around those different influences, because you got to understand, I'm saying this in a nutshell, but when I say I ran military installations, and when you have all the most popular people, all the artists, all the hard hitters are all in your face spitting on your tracks, and I'm a producer too, so that what makes me different as well from then and to now. having that experience with those soldiers, brother, is really priceless, brother, because it's a skittle box. You got people from everywhere, and they all coming around me and saying my work is great. And then I'm around them just picking up on they fly stuff. So not only when I go like Fort Rucker, Alabama, right? That's Fort Rucker, Alabama. I go to the towns around them because I go on the block just like I'm at home as when I'm in the military around the cities that I was at. So I'm learning the culture of the city and state where I'm at, as well as the soldiers that's around me. And then the soldiers that's around me, you always get those who are around the tri-state area where you at. They from there, you know what I'm saying? So they taking you to your block, they taking you to their family house. So you getting that exposure. And I think, bro, truly, just that having that global exposure at such a young age really set me apart in being a producer as well, and being around so much talent, bro, so much talent. It's only one thing that could happen from that, you know? And that's what we're walking right now. But great question, brother. Again, the influences, those guys all around the world, being in all these different places, from this block to this block, from this city to this city, from this country to this country, just infused in one person, you know?
Indeed. Most definitely. So it's a variety pack, a variety of different things you was going through, different individuals, you know, and that's also what was making you then, and what's, you know, and it's getting even as the time goes, it gets even more powerful. What's making you now different than different than the other music artists. Most definitely. So that was some good information. I like the information. I like the answers from the questions. I'm digging the answers, most definitely. So and we're gonna say this is like an hour long or so type of special that we're having, because we're breaking the silence. We're getting down. We're learning a little bit more about Global Don. A lot of the information that's out there. We breaking that silence. Just digging down a little bit on the Focuz TV1 network with my man Global Don. Focuz the magazine live, that is. And I have a ton of questions, and like I say, we're probably not going to get to a lot of the questions, but we might make this a part 2. But like I said, you can go check out www.focuz.media.com, and you'll see this, and you'll see the whole full article that's going to break down a lot of the other stuff that I might not be able to get to. Global Don Distribution Company, and performing live at the celebrity boxing match. Man, I mean, you're a busy man. You tell us a little bit about them too, but don't tell us yet. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back to hear about that.
With all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on. But niggas really wanna kill you if your money long. Talking about prices on the television.
On the corner, I'm dropping jewels of this knowledge, trying to switch some things around, cause the youngsters be out here wild. No, what really make me mad and upset is the parents side. Like the only time that they can speak up when their kid die. They don't want us multiplying, we supposed to see the signs. Gotta learn from my mistakes in the past, decency's fine. Really wanna make a change, but really live still on the side. Trying to shake the devil up, but now another one to die.
With all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on. Niggas really wanna kill you if your money long.
Walk with it all. Tell me when to go. Tell me when you're ready. Tell me when you know. Okay.
too many things I don't understand. I can't go the same way, not a chance. Gotta stand on business, I can't stand on sand. Gotta let it go, put it in God's hands.
Okay, it's in God's hands. Okay, it's in God's hands. Okay, it's in God's hands. Okay.
You tuned to the Focus TV 1 Network with your man Teflon and Creator Taylor. Break out the cigars, break out the wine. It's happy hour.
Theme music. Where's my theme music? Yeah, that's it.
Happy hour, happy hour.
That's right, that's right.
Happy hour, happy hour.
Ah, yeah, it's that time.
Happy hour, happy hour.
It's that time.
Right, break the days of the time of the day. Happy hour, happy hour. It's that time of the day. Hey. Happy hour, happy hour. It's that time of the day. Hey. Happy hour, happy hour. It's that time of the day. Hey. Happy hour, happy hour. It's that time of the day. Let's get it.
Yeah. They wanted versatility, so I had to switch it up a little bit.
Indeed, indeed. You're in tune to the Focus TV 1 Network. Focus the magazine live with your man's Teflon, the Creator Taylor, powered by Focus.media, sponsored by Healthy Lifestyle Fitness. Get fit the right way, mind, body, and soul. Live in the building, my man's live from Dallas, Texas, Global Don. So, Global Don Distribution Company. Give us a little input on the Global Don Distribution Company. When did it get started, and what's all functioning off in that company right there, in that distribution company?
Yes, sir. I started my distribution company after I came back from China and doing the pandemic around 2020. And I started it because before I was going overseas, and I got a partner named JJ, salute to my partner JJ from Miami. He worked for Flow Rider. And at that time, he was going around finding different products for Flow Rider and his clients in his camp. And he was getting married, been a friend for him for a while. And he invited me to come out to China for his wedding. I went out there, rolled around with him, stayed out there like 3 months, supposed to have been like a month, ended up staying 3 months because I was so intrigued by the business and what he was doing out there and what I could do possibly with my business. So what I seen what he was doing was going to different factories, right? Going to the actual market and then going to the factories and talking to the low bond, to the boss of the factory. And it depends on which type of product that they're looking for, whether it be chains, whether it be a microphone, or whether it be the stuff for DJ Khaled's finger licking chicken. I was with him when he designed all the cookware and everything for DJ Khaled and that. So I just learned a lot of things, and I said, you know what? I think the right thing to do after I made a couple of trips, and then I made trips to China by myself to go out there. I think it was just the right thing to do to start my distribution company. Now, whoever knew the coronavirus would happen the way it happened. But that's the reason why I started my distribution company, because I started getting clients and working with distribution myself and became a government contractor as well. So that's how I got started with Global Dome World Distribution around 2020. And it was because I was making a lot of trips overseas, learned a lot with JJ, and said, you know what, this is the proper thing to do.
Most definitely, indeed, indeed. Having your own distribution is it's very, very powerful, indeed. And then and how you came into forming it. I mean, if you just get it, it wasn't handed to you. You had to work. You had to think about it, see what's going on, and you seen what was happening, and how you could make it happen. And that was a wonderful thing. So performing live at celebrity boxing match. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was very great as well. Salute to Damon Philman, the CEO of Celebrity Boxing. Great guy. I got tied in, connected with him through one of my clients named Gary Cohn and Billy Mitchell out there in New York. I was working with them with my distribution company with the beer and the wine. Went out there, great guy. They know I'm a hip hop artist. I have the theme song for Gary's wine and beer company as well. So to connect with Damien on that was just perfect, man. So went out there, had a great time. Again, all those guys out there are great. The staff is great. The boxers are great. And I like the theme that he has, man. Getting everybody there 15 minutes of fame. And there's a lot of celebrities that you guys see over there, so definitely check them out. But that was a great experience, brother. And again, I do a lot of behind the scenes work as well with marketing and things as well too. But that's a great company right there. Great experience.
Most definitely. Far as that right there, that leads into the question because you say that you do a lot of marketing. Of course, you manage and stuff like that. So that it kind of leads into Generation Hip Hop New York. Give us a little insight on that.
Right on, man. Generation Hip Hop New York was started by my guy Terrence, R.I.P. to Terrence. Again, just me working home, during the coronavirus. Um, Terrence had a global view of the world, that he loved hip hop so bad and he hated the way hip hop was going, and he wanted his company to be the change agent. Okay, he passed away in the middle of everything coming together, in which he had Nadaba Mandela, which is Nelson Mandela's grandson, on the board as well. Salute to my guy Adam, a lot of those guys, his wife Elaine as well. I got connected with them, and again, it's just a global. Have a chapter in each country, each state. Type of organization is the youth building organization. Again, what we're trying to do with Generation Hip Hop New York is they got all of this bad stuff for these kids, man, to influence them the wrong way. We want to bring that change as in music to show them. Well, they saying that hip hop that is no, yeah, we got artists that are out there doing positive music, but you can't dance to it. You can't, it's not jamming, or it's not relatable to the youth. So what we came to do is be that change agent. Again, I got the theme song for that company as well, for Generation Hip Hop New York. Terrence made that happen as well. And again, my whole thing, brother, with this and with Generation Hip Hop New York is we're tired, bro. We're tired of the youth dying, bro. We're tired of the things that's going on in our community, and we're legitimately putting our best foot forward to be those change agents. So we're just a collective, a group of like-minded people from all over the globe with a certain perspective of change. Uh, that we tired of it, bro. You know, so we have to be that group to deliver what they say that's not out there.
Most definitely. Got to be the messenger. Got to have that to get to the people. Most definitely. Most definitely. Breaking the silence on the Focus TV One Network. Global Dawn live in the building. Now, we may have to dig deep down with this one, but I've listened to a few of your I listened to something I heard this on, but top three artists coming out of Dallas Fort Worth.
Top three artists coming out, the DF Dub, the almighty DF Dub. Salute to all the artists that's in the DF Dub, in the entertainment, producers, hip hop artists, and as well. I say my top three, brother, and I'm giving legitimate picks here. Um, Number three, I think you would have to put Say So Rich. I think you would have to put a tie with him, Cashmere Blues. Uh, for number two, I think the same way. You have to say Cashmere Blues and Say So Rich. Uh, for number one, I put Global Dawn, Say So Rich, and Cashmere Blues. Usually I wouldn't put myself in these things, right? But due to the fact that I'm giving you the top artists, one, two, and three, I gotta be there, you know. So
Most definitely.
that's my legitimate working out, you know, that's my legitimate answer, man.
Most definitely. Got to put yourself in there. If you're not in there. I mean, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? You had to be in there. So you are doing it to be in there. And most definitely, I like them top three out of the out of the Dallas Fort Worth area, and we're gonna have Kashmir Blues up on the platform, up on the Focus TV One network, but we're gonna have them on another platform called Purpose. So this platform is about the same, different title, but we're gonna have them on that right there because we feel what he's doing, we feel the sound, and we're gonna find out the purpose of what's all going on. This Kashmir Blues coming up on the Focus TV One network. Most definitely got to check it out, and make sure also you check out the article uh, on Global Dawn at www.focus.media.com. Break this down. I mean, it's going to break a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's going to show a little bit more of his music, his songs, just to give a little bit more insight on what we're trying to fit in within this hour right here. We're going over a little bit, but it's okay. We're gonna make it happen. Most definitely, most definitely. So songwriter, and also you were saying you was a music producer. So within the next, I don't like to say 5 years or so or what. I like to say within the next 6 months to a year, where do you see Global Dawn?
6 months to a year, I see Global Dawn, the Singing Hill Superstars, man, traveling the globe, traveling around America, traveling overseas, doing shows, connecting with fans, connecting with artists, connecting with media, shooting videos, shooting movies. Um, I see myself again right along track. What I was doing in the plan is to making myself larger or bigger than life. You know what I mean? So, and again, it's the first steps that you do. Again, to trying to connect to generational wealth with these businesses and the blessings that's been given to us. You know, so that's where I see myself, man. Traveling, doing shows, doing songs, making hits, connecting videos and movies, man. Taking over the globe, famo, one step at a time.
Indeed, indeed, most definitely, most definitely. So What advice would you give one that's trying to get into the music industry and the music business? What would you tell someone that's actually thinking about it or actually, in motion doing it?
I would tell one to be their self and don't you don't have to follow what everyone's doing. I know that it seems cliche to say, um, but it's the truth if you look at the things that's happening now. Um, you have a decision to make. You have a choice to make when you pick up that pen and pad. Uh, it's kind of hard, I know, because you can turn on your TV, you can turn on your radio, and you could hear a rapper talking about killing and murdering his own kind, and he's getting all the interviews, he's getting all the bags, he's getting all the whips, he's doing the most and getting the most, right? That's not even you. That's not even you. You was raised a certain way, or you making a whole type of another music, but you see that he's coming up. I would tell that artist to stay down. Stay down. Your time is coming. Don't get confused at what you're seeing out there in the media. Because we see it's a trick. Uh, we can see which ones, it's a pattern. You can see the ones that make it to the interviews, make it to them certain platforms. And it's like, don't casket your career, man. Don't casket your career. Uh, make meaningful 16s, not a hot 16. Make a meaningful song, not a hot song, if that makes sense. So that's what I would give to any artist that's thinking about becoming an artist in the hip hop game, bro.
Most definitely, most definitely. Because so we got just a ton of questions. Like, you know, who who have you collab with, uh, and who would you want to collab with? Let's start out with that one real quick. Out of the music artists of today, or the old school, who would you like to do a collaboration track with?
Man, RIP to DJ Screw, man. I made it to my first Screw tape a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Screwed Up Click and everybody in Houston. That's monumental itself. I would love to uh, do right now, current. Um, Jay Z, to be honest, we just had before the coronavirus messed up everything. We had a show that was going to have Jay Z on it. I was going to be performing with the orchestra. We are going to have Lauryn Hill there, a couple of Marley's brothers. But yeah, a collab with a Drake or a Jay Z would be right on time, brother. Yes. Artists I worked with in the past. My camp, Say So Rich, Cashmere Blues, the squad. You know what I mean?
Most definitely, indeed, indeed. Let's talk about a few of your albums. Like I said we got a whole lot. Uh, we most definitely gonna bring you back at the end of the year for our New Year's Eve bash because we've been doing it for a few years where we have interviews, have guest speakers, just have had music artists kind of do a little live performance. You know, something nice, something full of energy, and something very safe because you're doing it in the comfort of your own home, getting entertained instead of going out there and getting in the way or getting in the line of fire and everything else. It's something that you can sit back and enjoy. Like I said, it's positive, and we we get individuals throughout the United States and some outside of the United States. So it's like when we first started, we was doing it 24 hour. We'd do a whole 24-hour until New Year's. We started at a certain time all the way up until New Year's, 24 hours. But over the years, it has slowed down. I think last year we might have done like 8 hours or something like that because that's a lot of work putting that together. and just making it happen, especially with the different time zones and all that. But we make it happen, and we do it every year to to bring in the new year on a positive note for the individuals that we are having on the show, so they can talk about different stuff that's coming up in an upcoming year, and all that, just going over into that other year active, doing something, working, getting exposure. That's most definitely we're gonna bring you back in on that, and you never know what could happen as far as just how we most definitely we're gonna interview you and stuff like that. But as far as your albums, I mean, your albums and your songs, like Hip Hop is Killing Us, um, the album, Superstars, Letters to the Nation, I'm Real. That's a nice little single. Dishonorable Discharge album. I can go on for days and days and days, even day to day single. I can go on because you got so much your catalog. Um, what's if you know what's the count on your catalog?
Oh man, I think that I got out right now maybe 10, 11 albums and 38, 39 singles, something right there. 39 singles and 10 albums. Yeah, man, I did all of that again when coronavirus came in. I came back. See, my whole plan, I didn't expect to come back to America, man. That was my whole thing. I wasn't even on this flight to be in America. I moved out of my apartment, sold my Cadillacs and everything. But the coronavirus did happen. You know what I mean? So when I came back, I'm saying I'm going to be in the studio until it's over with. Bro, I looked up and I done had 10 albums in 4 years and all these songs. But what's even more crazy about that is the 8 albums that's in my phone right now that's not released. You see what I'm saying? And then the other 5 or 6 that we actively working on in the studio right now. And then the 6 or 7 that's just wrote in my phone right now. Again, going back to the larger than life, I grew up listening to Tupac and idolizing Tupac. And one of those things that I learned from, you got to have a sheer amount of work, not only work, but hits. So I got all of those albums, and you can see the progression as well. You didn't see any album produced or put out by me on any major platforms until 2019, 2020, when I got back home from China. And that was the plan. I said I was going to work until it was time to go back out again. And I looked up and I had all that work, you know.
Most definitely, most definitely. I know it's a different experience being over in China. Like I say, it's that's a whole nother show right there. And we most definitely gonna bring you on back on for the New Year's. Might even have you. We got so much going on. We're gonna be reaching out to you. And like we was talking off the air about the movie, Me Perfect, because as we we kind of heard your story as you broke down some of my questions. It made sense to kind of put you in there as a leading role for that movie because of just it's a nice, yeah, your life story. Everybody's life story is a story, but that's a nice one right there. We can incorporate some realness off in it, and then some script writing, and make it happen and put you right on up in there. And most
I
definitely,
appreciate it,
you have
man.
you have the music. Most definitely, you have the music, the vibe to go with the whole movie. So most definitely you'll have a lot of music within the movie parts, soundtrack, just all that type of stuff. We're gonna make it happen. Most definitely, most definitely. So I know this one's gonna be a kind of hard one though, but real quick, out of all your music that you have out, give us two top albums or two top songs, two top singles, or two top. You can pick an album or you can put two singles, however it go. What's that flavor out there?
Man, I would say most definitely. Too Early is one of my favorite songs featuring Cashmere Blues because of the message, because of the things that's going on right now in the world. It's a right now type of song. And like you said, we expand later with the media behind it. Um, the second one would be, got a lot of music. I would say my second one would have to be on the Singing Hill Superstars album with Big Cat, the Mama song. I think the one that he did on there is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I think those two are my favorite songs that I have out of all the songs in my catalog. The messages are very powerful.
Most definitely, most definitely. Okay, I agree. Most definitely that too early. It's kind of playing a little bit of that in the background. Most definitely, I agree with that. That's a hit. And when I look back, that it's it's relevant to what's going on to today, and it wasn't made like this year. I'm not. I think it was made last year, if I'm not mistaken, or so. It's not just a hot off the press type of song, but it's platinum. That most definitely, I can see that on the radio. I can see that global, like dying global. I can see it global because it has that message. I can see it. I can see it, and that's one of the songs that we most definitely that caught our eye, and that's most definitely gonna have that off in the movie. One of the main cuts right there, because I mean I feel that, and it has the message within the song. You can actually just sit back and listen to the song and just visualize the words within the song.
Right, and
So
that's what music used to do. That's what we used to was able to do in music for sure. And so it's a blessing to be able to bring that as well, bro. No doubt.
most definitely, most definitely. That's another question that we had about the music of today and the past. Where did it go wrong? How did it go wrong? We actually gonna actually probably throw a little show together, and we're gonna talk about some music, some stuff up on the, music gonna be the topic. We're gonna really break down that issue. And try to find somewhat of some solutions or somewhat, but just want to see what other individuals what their thoughts are, on the music of today, coming up on the Focus TV1 network. So any shout outs, you got any shout outs that you want to shout out to anybody?
Oh yeah, man. I want to appreciate you, first of all, Teflon, for having me on here, man, in the network, bro. Real spill. Thanks for reaching out, and all the work that you're doing behind the scenes, brother. I appreciate it. You hear me? I would like to um, thank the man upstairs for obviously giving me this opportunity and all these gifts. My family, my sister E, all my friends, DJ D Porter, Cashmere, Say So, everybody that I work with, Singing Hill Superstars, Ivy Queen, all the artists, the beautiful, everybody that I work with. Yeah, I mean, from here to there, man. The whole city of Dallas, the whole United States, of course, Denver. Salute to all you guys. Every all the real ones out there. And again, what we're trying to bring to the table is a change. But again, man, everybody that I work with across the board, Shots Magazine, can't forget him, my bro Jesus. Everybody, man, that's the crazy thing about them shout outs, man. You gonna for sure forget somebody. Listen, man, shout out to everybody that I work with, period.
Most
And
definitely.
everybody that's tuned.
Yeah, most definitely. It's like a song, once you lay it down, you're gonna go back and find something else to put in there, something else to adjust. You're gonna just keep going until you just kind of just gotta put the cap on it and be like, that's it right there, night cap. So somebody is, up here in Colorado or over there in the UK or You know what not? How would one be able to contact the Global Don? What's your contact information?
Man, you can contact me on any platform out there. Global Dawn. All you got to do is Google Global Dawn. It depends what your vice is. You know what I mean? If you use Facebook, hit me on there. Global Dawn. Use Twitter, Global Dawn, or Instagram. Hit me up as Global Dawn. YouTube, obviously as well. Global Dawn. Global Dawn across uh, the spectrum. You know what I mean? And I'll be there. You know what I mean? What they say, like the song, I'll be there. You know what I mean?
Most definitely, y'all get that information again. Just spit it out to them once again, just in case they didn't get it. Write it down, type it, and save it. What's that information? One more
Bet,
time.
bet. You can check me out on all platforms, Global Done, GLOBAL. You know what I'm saying? Space DON, global, all platforms, whether it be Instagram or Facebook. And you can check all my music out streaming on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, whatever you stream uh, as your vice. Yeah, I mean, music on. Yeah, I mean, you will find me, Global Done.
Most definitely, most definitely. The Global Don live in the building on the Focus TV1 network. Focus the magazine live. With your man Teflon the Creator Taylor, powered by Focus Media, sponsored by Healthy Lifestyle Fitness. Get fit the right way, mind, body, and soul. Also sponsored by Amplify. Get Amplified. Get into the spotlight on the Focus TV1 network. Indeed, indeed. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you in the building, live and direct in the building. Like I said, we got a lot of more work that we're gonna be doing with Global Don. So y'all gonna get ready. 2024 beyond. We're gonna make it happen. Most definitely, most definitely. We got more shows coming up. Before we get out of here, let's talk about Cashmere Blue a little bit. Give us a little bit, because I heard that name mentioned a few times. Of course, we hear him in the music. Not much information out there, but give us just a little info on Cashmere Blue, and maybe where one can go find some of his music, so they can check out they can experience what I have been experiencing.
Righteous, man. No doubt, man. Appreciate that. Yes, y'all can find Cashmere, man. He homegrown right here in the DF Dub, straight out of Pleasant Grove. You know what I'm saying? You can find him on all the platforms as well. Cashmere Blues. Look him up on Spotify or YouTube. You know what I mean? But Cashmere Blues he started off singing in the church. I know you say he got a soulful voice. You can tell it. You know what I mean? It reeks out from where he started at. You know what I mean? Very down to earth brother. Again, if Cashmere Blues is coming like he can rap as well as he can sing, but he's coming like this. And R.I.P. to Mo 3, right? But he's bringing that positive side, right? You want to hear some lyrics with a nice tune, some real good R&B, and he's going to go there on both sides, spiritual as the women as well. He again, he's a flip side of the coin, just like I am on the rap side, a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? The content and the music and the message. You know what I mean? That's what you guys are going to hear. And if y'all love these other guys, you're going to love Cashmere as well. The boy's bringing it, man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, brother. Real deep brother in singing. I can't wait till you have him up here. It's going to be excellent. And he's going to go further in detail, but just to give you the surface level, very humble brother, born in the church with this thing. You can hear it, you know what I'm saying, in his voice. You know what I'm saying? And again, the message is there. Can't wait till young, good brother right there, straight out the DF Dub.
Most definitely, most definitely. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Cashmere Blues coming to the Focus TV1 network. Most definitely, most definitely. One more thing before we get out of here, and I know a lot of the viewers that's viewing now. I appreciate everybody for checking in, viewing, and the ones that's going to be viewing this after we finished. Tell us about the poster in the background. What's that? Give us some info on that right there.
That's the first album right there. Global Done the Elite, man. It's the first one. I treasure it because again, I never knew I was gonna be here after the coronavirus. This is the first one again. Got a lot of the homies from the hood on there, man, in the backdrop right there. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's the Elite. So what this album comprises of is a lot of artists that I started out working with. That I felt like were elite in the DFW, you know what I mean, in the music. So I said, well, on my first album, it's only right for me to call it the Elite, you know what I mean, with these group of individuals. So that's the bottom ground, the foundation album right there. So that's why you guys see it in the background right now, man. Global Done the Elite. Again, you can find that on all platforms. As well, man, and we just springboarded from there. You know what I mean?
Indeed. That's it right there. So that's the info on the background, because somebody gonna be watching the video. I mean, watching this interview and be like, what is that in the background? I see it, but they're not talking about it. So there you go. We got it. We got to make sure we got it. We're giving out all the information. Not all the information, but we're giving out the valuable information. The People's Choice, the number one media platform worldwide. Make sure you check us out. The Focus TV1 Network. With your man Teflon, the Creator Taylor. And make sure you stay on for a few minutes before you click off, because we got a little processing to do. We're gonna chop it up a little bit more, but most definitely, you've been tuned in to the Focus TV1 Network with your man Teflon, the Creator Taylor. Until the next time, I'm out.
With all the bullshit going on, who gives a fuck who's right or wrong? If a nigga shining, then he probably on, but niggas
I'm dropping jewels of this knowledge, trying to switch some things around, cause the youngsters be out here wild. No, what really make me mad and upset is the parents side. Like the only time that they can speak up when their kid die. They don't want us multiplying, we supposed to see the signs. Gotta learn from my mistakes in the past, these is fine. Really wanna make a change, but really live still on the side. Trying to shake the devil up, but now another one to die.
With all the bullshit going on,